Hi everyone. So let's discuss about the two statement like a break and a continue with respect to looping mechanism. So let me just copy this part, simple for loop what we have defined earlier, and let's try to apply this break and continue inside. Sometimes what happens that based on some condition, let's say I'll just make it simple, let's say 10. Based on some condition you want to break your loop, so after that all the other iteration you do not want to perform. So this loop will perform from, let's say, 1 I is equal to 1 to I is equal to 9. As soon as I will become 10, it will break the loop. But let's say instead of at I is equal to 10 you want to break this loop, I'll just make it 1. You want to break this loop whenever the I is equal to, let's say, 4. So we can write condition like if I is equal to 4, inside the if loop only we'll just break the system. So what happens that as soon as the I will become a 4, this whole for loop will become a terminate. So let me just run it. So it has printed just 1, 2 and 3. So after that I will be incremented by 4. As soon as I will become 4, it just breaks the loop. And as soon as I comment this part, again it will behave as usual, like it will print from I is equal to 1 to I is equal to 9. Okay, so that is one advantage, that whenever based on some condition you want to come out from the loop, you can use this break statement. Now let's say let me just copy the same thing and I'll just comment this part. Okay, let me just remove this break part. Now instead of coming out from that particular loop based on some condition, now let's say based on evaluation to be true, based on that particular condition you do not want to perform any action. So let's say whenever I will become 4, you don't want to print anything, so you will just say like a continue. So what happens that when I will become 4, rest of the part of your code will not be executed. Again I will be incremented by 5 and it will evaluate to be a false. So in that case it won't be continued. So let's just run it and you can see the result. Now let me just make it little bigger. Okay, so now you can see whenever I was 4, it didn't print anything. That means that at this particular condition, when I was 4, I am just saying like to my program, just continue, don't do anything for that particular iteration. So we have seen the two different statements. So one is a break, that when some condition occurs you want to come out from that loop, at that time you need to use this break. And at certain condition, whenever we'll meet, you don't want to do any kind of operation, and after that the next iteration again you want to perform all those operations, you can go ahead. I can even write like, let's say I is equal to 4, I can write like, let's say I is equal to greater than 5. So whenever I is greater than 5, don't do anything, like just continue. So whenever I become 6, it didn't print. I become 7, it didn't print. I become 8, it didn't print. I become 9, it didn't print. But when I become 10 itself, it came out from the loop because this condition got satisfied to be false. So sometimes in your programming career, this type of situation occurs that you have a list of, let's say, arrays or list of values. For all the value you want to perform almost similar action, but let's say for some two value you don't want to perform some action. So at that time you can just compare those values with their value you want to get compared, and don't perform any action or perform some other action. That is also possible. So instead of don't do anything, you want to do something else, and then you want to perform the continue, but you don't, certainly you don't want to print it. Okay, so that is all about the break statement and a continuous statement with respect to looping mechanism. I hope you enjoy listening this video, and see you into next video.